In today's video, we're going to analyze three particular cryptocurrencies, one of which I haven't looked for a few weeks now. It was back to probably below even $10, which is Solana. And the other two, I looked at those few weeks back for an update. It was VeChain and GRT. So stay tuned because our latest web analysis is going to give you a few insights about the short-term, medium-term, and also long-term trajectory of these particular cryptocurrencies. This is not to be considered as investment advice, and its purpose is only educational. So back to our charts, guys, and today I'm going to look at the bigger picture. Yes, we're going to go out of the 6 hours and we're going to have a quick look first on Solana, because Solana had an amazing move since we were analyzing down at probably around 280 or 370 or so. So I saw that $10. I didn't go ahead to call the 20 because it was actually a bit too optimistic. However, it turned out to be the case. Now we are here revisiting and we're looking at the current structure of the market, which to me seems like we're going to get wave 3 fairly shortly. And why do I think that? I think that because we've had waves 1 and 2 with a triple zigzag over here, yeah, and then we started a new impulsive move on the upside with waves 1 and 2, 3, and perhaps even 4 down over here, because we did get a very nice local low down at minor blue 4 at 12.4. Since then, we started moving up impulsively, which means now this is wave 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and we're going to get wave 5. Okay, now this wave 5, guys, why I like is because it's going to be red 3 intermediate wave, right? Which means it's going to be the breakout wave that is going to move beyond and outside the ascending regression channel, which means most likely the correction down, if we assume, of course, we get to 26, and I will explain why I think we're going to get to 26, is going to get us down to 20, and from there we're going to shoot higher for wave 5. That is going to be primary wave 1 and then 2 and all the way up to fresh highs. I'm not going to go into the fresh highs for now. Rather, we're going to look at the short term mainly, and then perhaps with the assumption, of course, in place, we can also look at where wave 1 might end. Now, here's what I like about this particular scenario, guys. I'm looking at 26. Why? Because if we take the Fibonacci extension in from 1 to 3 and then down to 4 in the minor degree, we get the 78.6 and the 61.8 Fibonacci extensions over here, yeah, right exactly at the 22 and the 26, which, by the way, happen to be also the 361 and the 427 Fibonacci expansion levels when we look at wave 1. Okay, so these levels for me are very important. Now, if we're going to go to 22 and then correct, or to 26 and then correct, is impossible to say. But given the breakout nature of this structure, we're waiting wave 5 to break out, yeah, for wave 3, then it is possible and probable that 26 might do the trick. And from there, as I said, we're going to correct down to 23%. Why do I think that? Because the Fibonacci retracement of wave 1 and 2, guys, it did the 78.6. For the rule of alternation to be respected, then 23.6 would be very well respected. Yeah, or we can even perhaps go down to 38.2 to 16.50. But that would be, like, for me, the lowest that we could probably get for this particular correction in wave 4, right? And then we're going to get 5. Now, when we get 5, what we need to do is go down in wave 2 and all the way up in wave 3 and then down to the 23.6, as I said before, the assumption. And we can look at 161.8 Fibonacci extension next as the long term, yeah, which is around $60. Before we get there, though, we need to look at the 0.618, which is over at 35.10, and then the 100, which is at 44. So, depending on how deep this correction is, because we could go down to 38.2, right? I'll be looking very closely after the fresh highs in at 26, yeah, and then the correction at 20. I'll be looking at 35, 44, and potentially even 60 for primary wave 1. Okay, so this will be for Solana. Now let's move to GRT. Why not? And then we're going to have a quick look at VET. Again, I want to use the 6-hour chart, guys, because it makes more sense for you to understand what exactly I'm looking at and why I am and why my analysis suggests the certain scenarios that it does. So over here, we've got wave 1 and 2, and you can see that I didn't call this wave 3. I'm looking at wave 3 up here, and why? I will explain why. Because over here, we did, 1, 2, and we did a 3 and a 4. Yeah, and we're going up for wave 5, which obviously is what I'm saying, but why 3 not here is simply because the correction in wave 2 was 78.6. So for the rule of alternation to be respected, we need to have like 23 or up to 38 Fibonacci retracement in wave 4, right? So if that was 3 and that was 4, wave 4 did 61.8 Fibonacci retracement already. So the rule of alternation is really not respected. It's way off, right? So that is the only reason I believe internally we'll have another structure. And that structure is actually quite good so far because we've done like the 50 Fibonacci over here. And over here we did the 61.8, which is okay. It's much more respected than the previous count, right? And now if we go a little bit closer as well, we've got a very nice triangle over here, guys. Yeah, very nice triangle. And I'm expecting another move on the downside. Perhaps we're going to break outside the descending channel for a false break and then move all the way up in wave 3. Okay, perhaps. In case we don't, it means that this is a W, X, and Y, and this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In that case, it will continue high. In that case, I'll be looking at the 1.60 to hold. Okay, if 160 does not hold, it means that we're going to get a triangle, we're going to get a wave E, and then we're going to move higher. And as before, the Fibonacci expansion over here I'm using from wave 1 and 2 in order to identify a potential wave 3 end, and that is at 3.70 or even 3.2. Okay, but now in order to see whether this level is whether we can have it more accurately, what we need to do, guys, and you need to know that when we break triangles, we need to measure the distance of the first move over here, yeah, and go and place it on the breakout level in order to measure where the upside could go. So the breakout will be obviously at this trend line, right? So look at this. It comes around 3.37. Okay, so the 325 might be a very good level to get wave 3 in. Now you might ask, why not wave 3 up here? Well, it's a good question, but guys, don't forget that we don't always have to move according to this trend line, okay, according to this channel. What is important is to understand that where we're near this channel, we're probably going to get a correction, okay? And if we break that channel, then we're going to get a continuation on the upside. It's not necessary that we get up there. What is necessary to look at is where our Fibonacci extensions go to for this particular market. And for now, once we do this move on the downside for a triangle, I'll be looking at, well, 3.2 and then 3.7. And then, of course, once we get wave 3 in, we can then use our Fibonacci extension and go in wave 2, get a wave 3, if we assume 3.7, go down to 3.2 or 2.68 or whatever, and then start looking at 5, 6, and 8. Actually, to be more precise, 5, 6.3, and 8.5, okay, for the longer time. And that will be it for GRT as well. And on VET, which I'm sure many are expecting to see. Let's go here out again, guys, because as you well know, I want you to understand what I'm doing here. This is an educational video and nothing more. We've had waves 1 and 2 here in the minor degree, okay, in the intermediate degree, fine. And now we've got a nice channel from waves 1 and 2 that is, showing that prices perhaps got more space to the upside to get this channel. And the thing is that in this case, the structure internally is supporting the wave 3 up here, which is much closer to the channel, right? So we've got 1 and 2, and then internally we've got 1 running flat, 2, 3, 4, and an extended 5. The extended 5 means internally in wave 5, we've got 5 more waves, right? That is like 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we want to get 5 for wave 3, and then correct lower, and then go all the way up, okay? Or it could be a case where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We ended 3 up here, and then we're going to get A, B, C, and then continue higher. Now, A, B, C, I'm just saying A, B, C. It could be a correction. It could be W, X, and Y. It could be a triangle. It could be a flat. It could be anything. But we are currently correcting. Now, though, are we supposed to be still correcting? I will tell you what, guys. We did the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement over here between wave 1 and 2. And the 23.6 is done already, which means the rule of alternation is respected now. But as I said before, and because we're in crypto markets, we shouldn't be surprised if we get down to 38.2 Fibonacci retracement for wave 4, which is a 0.065. And then look for a continuation up in minor wave 3. Okay, so this is what I'm looking. What else? I'm looking though over here is that from wave 2 up to minor 1 and down to minor 2, the Fibonacci extension gives me the 0.10. Okay, so 10 cents. It could be a case where, you know, we get wave 3 at 10 cents, which means that we're going to start declining lower for, you know, wave 4, and then we're going to get wave 5. That is going to be minor wave 3. Okay, so you look at the difference here. One is that if we get a short 5, yeah, our wave 3 will be weak, and we're gonna get probably the wave 5 reaching that level over here. But I don't think this is the case, because this channel, it reflects the minor degree more than it does the intermediate degree, of course. Or the other scenario, if we get a very short one, you know, we're going to correct. If we get a break above that level, then we're going probably go straight and crash on this ascending channel, regression channel for the VeChain. In either case, guys, we are currently in a consolidation phase. Okay, it's impossible to say when we're going to start moving up, or when we're gonna, whether we're going to continue move lower. But what I can tell you is that this move looks impulsive and this looks corrective, so it could continue higher. Or on the other side, this can be an ABC, and this can be another ABC, so we should be able to get another correction down, you know, if that may be the case. So I'll be looking closely the top in order to understand where we're going to head, okay? But if we get a breakout of the top, most likely we're heading for the top trend line of the channel over here, okay? So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, turn your notifications on, because as you can understand and as you watch through the videos, these videos seem to be pretty accurate. So in case you have any questions, of course, and as you see a lot of people actually asking questions, don't hesitate. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Sometimes I might be busy, but I will get to you at some point. So thank you very much for watching, and we will speak again very soon.